My name is Sherman Saunders, and I live in the city of Danville. And I'm originally a native of Ringo in Pennsylvania County, Virginia. I'm very pleased to have been a member of Danville City Council now for 24 years. And in that 24-year period, a year and a half as vice mayor and 8.5 years as mayor. And I really enjoy working with the people of this wonderful, great city. Danville, like many cities across the country, has a very, very historic past. A lot of things have happened in our city that we've learned from, some we're still learning from, but in any event, Danville is much better than we used to be years before I was born. We all know about Juneteenth with regard to slavery in the 1800s. We also know about 1883 riot here in the city of Danville. We know about the 1963 Civil Rights Movement here in Danville as well. And I am very, very thankful to be a part of that. My family was also involved. My mother was arrested. My brother was arrested twice. Aunts, uncle, cousin, friends arrested and pulled a lot of time in jail for civil rights. My mother, as a matter of fact, was arrested outside of the mayor's yard, and she was talking about civil rights and fair, equal treatments for everyone, to do what God said, love everybody and treat everybody fairly. Well, because she was out there trying to bring about a change, she was arrested, and she served 27 days in jail. And when my dad went to post bond, she refused to come out. And so 45 years later, her son became mayor of the same city. And I really appreciate that. And I think that's an example of taking a stand for what is right, even if you have to suffer. You know, and looking at our history, we did a research on our family history, and we did come from Africa, the Saunders did, and we came from a place called Passau. And the New Guinea tribe. And what that meant was those who resist. So anything that's not right, we learn to just not stand for it and not support it, but try to help make it right. So that's my family involvement in that, and I'm very, very pleased for that. And that has followed me all of my life. I was 15 years old in Danville in 1963, and we marched in all the civil rights movements. We marched on June the 10th, that famous day, and we just did what we thought was the right thing to do. You know, 1968, 5 years later, because we saw Dr. King, I did, in 1963, here in Danville at High Street Baptist Church. For April the 4th, 1968, I was a young soldier in Germany, training for the Vietnam War and dealing with the Czechoslovakia conflict. That's when I first heard, April the 4th, that Dr. King had been assassinated. That really, really made me feel sad, because I had seen him in our city in 1963, and here it is 5 years later, he is no more. I look at the work that he has done, not just for Danville, but for this country, and I have a lot of respect for him and, of course, his memory. After school, and I served after school, I had a job working at Goodyear, making a lot of money. But because of my work and my belief and my love for Dr. King, I still wanted to be involved in the community, helping poor people, disabled people, people of any ethnicity. It didn't matter what you look like or what your socioeconomic status was or is. Just helping people who need help. And I took a job at Pennsylvania County Community Action, paying 60% less than the job I had before I went to Community Action. But I went because of the work that Dr. King did and people before him, what they did. Dr. King, if he could be 26 years old and have a PhD and qualify for any kind of work at all, for any kind of income, but dedicate his life to helping others, then I can do the same thing. No, I do not have a PhD. No, I am not a rich man. I am rich in spirit, and my spirit is to help those who would appreciate or who need any assistance. Danville has gone through quite a bit. So I am proud of our city, although all of the history has not been good, but that's what it is, history. I'm talking about now going forward. Where we stand today in this museum, I couldn't stand here years ago, okay? Couldn't do that because it was off limit to people who look like me. And now I am here. I am welcome here. And we have a director. Her name is Elsie B. Dixon. We are so proud of her, and she is all inclusive of every gender, every race, ethnicity, everybody in the city and anywhere else. Come here, look at our history. All of it has not been good. But again, I'm standing here, and that tells you a positive change has taken place.